Hi there and welcome, dear friends, to Pentiment. Welcome back. This is a medieval RPG adventure and we are trying to solve it and experience it. It's based on historical events in the 16th century. More precise, we're in April 1518 and we're finding out about a lot of mysteries currently that are going on in this cursed cloister. It's not really cursed. It's also a monastery. But there's also nuns there. Go away, Andreas. Can't you see I'm busy? He's a grumpy man that no one likes. I thought we could have a pleasant conversation for once. Why would I want that? I got so many better things to do. I'm only trying to be friendly, Martin. Why? Oh, he's not trusting people. Because I like you, Martin. You seem like a good kid at heart. I'm not a kid. Unlike you, I already have one of my own. You've been working with the monks so long, you probably can't even father one. Ha ha ha. So piss off and stop bothering me. I'm busy. Let's just be nice to him. He seems so grumpy. I mean, it's kind of a... It's maybe a task to make him cheer up, right? He seems so depressed. Maybe we can cheer him up. That's like a personal challenge now. Well, would you like to join Otto, Andreas and me for dinner? You know what, Andreas? I don't want to eat supper with you fucking lot of old farts. Alright, fine. Okay. Wow. Beyond grumpy. Beyond grumpy. Hey, Andreas. Good day, Master Marler. Ah, Andreas, good to see you. I trust Clara gave you my message. Afternoon, Andreas, Otto. Clara did give me your message. Sorry, I missed you this morning. I was still asleep when you came by. Ah, the abbot really lets you get away with anything, doesn't he? Says Otto. Andreas, leave him be, Otto. I'm hungry. Let's pray. Pray at the meal. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts, which we're about to receive from our bounty. Nice cheese. Is that bacon or some kind of fish and bread? Yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. 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 What are we going to eat first? What do you eat first? The things that are easily digested you eat first. So we would eat bread first. So, how did the morning treat you? Not too bad, thanks. I hurt my own hand splitting timber to replace a bad beam in the abbot's house. Oh, now we clicked on these. It's not that bad of an injury. It just galls me that the abbot believes us dry. And we're expected to do work here when it suits him. Galls? Parasitic growth which develops on oak trees caused by wasps laying their eggs under the tree bark. Okay. Oak galls were traditionally harvested and distilled into iron ink used in manuscripts. Oh, nice. What we know, eh? What we know. Let's eat the rye bread now. It's not all that bad. I get a lot of good work from the abbey. Casting pilgrims' badges isn't really smithing, but I don't mind. Now let's eat the sheep's milk cheese. Anyway, says Otto, I saw you walking with that Baron Rothvogel in the meadow on our way up here. What's that all about? He's here to check on a commission. I understand he was friendly with Father Matthias. Yeah, we'll tell them. Why not? Otto, he was, though Father Matthias had some misgivings about the Baron. What kind of misgivings? That's interesting, Otto. Otto, that he fools around with young women. He's married, of course. Andreas, Otto, that's only gossip, and it isn't Christian to spread rumors like that, says Andreas. Otto, it's not gossip that he beat up that farmer a few years back. Old Rannick, may he rest in peace. Rannick Kemper, the late husband of Ottilia. Oh, that was the woman who cursed the Baron when we were just there. Andreas, well, I wasn't there, so I don't know. But if he did that, yes, it speaks poorly of his character. Wow, that means he's a kind of a murderer, right? Wow, a dangerous individual. We had a long conversation on our way up here, but he didn't mention anything about that, we say. Otto, what did you talk about then? I mean, no offense, but what does a nobleman have in common with an artist? Yeah, what do we say to that? Martin Luther, my time at university, a variety of other things. He's quite well educated. Otto, sure. I imagine you have a lot of time to read when you don't have to worry where your next meal is going to come from. Andreas, this bitterness and envy are not good for our Christian souls, Otto. Otto, it's not envy, Andreas. No one should get away with what he does. What this abbey does? The abbey? No offense to you, Andreas. I don't have any problem with the books the abbey makes. I mean, I never did learn to read, but if people are paying the abbey to make them, it doesn't bother me. Andreas, so what do we say? I understand. I see why people resent the abbot's rule, or I think you're being unfair. I mean, we can kind of see his point. The abbot's kind of a harsh lord. That's true. I know, I understand. I see why people resent the abbot's rule. He's a harsh lord, rather. Andreas, Otto, did you see that Bauer's sheep escaped the grazing fields again? Otto, no. But I'm not surprised Martin was supposed to fix that fence. He probably did a bad job at it. Yeah, Martin was the nice fellow we just spoke to. And Andreas was just panicking, changing the topic, right? So we don't talk about how bad the abbot is. Because he doesn't want to be heard like that. He's always in a foul mood, and he could be the laziest soul in Tassing. He can't even hold a hammer properly. Married and a father at such a young age, and he barely lifts a finger for his wife or child. On top of that, he's a damned thief. And before you say it, Andreas, that's more than just gossip. Look at him, over by the guest house. He's probably figuring out what he can steal with the least amount of effort. Let's try to I mean, that's kind of a challenge, I think. Maybe we can make this man nice, or this very young man. He's just a boy. He still has time to change. Let's be optimistic. Otto, I've never known a thief to change, but maybe his responsibilities will make a man out of him. Andreas, speaking of the Bauer's sheep, their eaves are shorn, and the women will be spinning it soon, Otto. Otto, I got it, Andreas. No need to tease. What God wants to happen will happen. Andreas, looks like a storm's coming. We should probably get back to it. Otto, right. I'll catch up in a moment, Andreas. Oh, Andreas, say hello to Eva for me if you get a chance. Eva was the one in the kitchen where we're sleeping. Of course. I should return to work in the scriptorium. Until later. Afternoon work. Time to get back to work, we say. And what about... can we... Yeah, we could go back here, but... Let's talk to him again. What? Okay. We should probably warn the people in the guest house. Who's even in here? Miklas. Be with you, Andreas. Can we get up here? No? Okay. Then let's leave. Okay, let's get back to work. We cannot go through the abbot's house. And we have to go the other way. Let's see, we could go into the meadow, but there's time for that later, right? Time to... What are these guys doing here? Let's talk about Mathieu. With Mathieu, I mean. God bless you, Andreas. Hello, Brother Mathieu. What are you doing out there? I thought you were aware that in addition to my role as Kirsau's sacrist, I tend to the shrine of Saint Moritz. The patron saint of Tassing, legend states he was the Egyptian-born commander of a Roman legion who converted to Christianity. Wow, that's far-fetched. They were all martyred for their faith. His hand is a relic in Kirsau's shrine. Maybe that's about the history. The history book that was commissioned is about him. He is the patron of Tassing and Kirsau both, so it is my duty to ensure his reliquary is well cared for. The shrine is always beautifully kept. Whenever I visit, I always leave inspired. We have to talk to him, because we still want the money. Maybe we can get it from him. Mathieu, the martyrdom of Saint Moritz provides inspiration to us all. You're familiar with the life of Saint Moritz, are you not? I've been so focused on my... I've been reading more about saints from far off. When Sister Illuminata allows me a book, of course. I am surprised you have neglected Tassing's patron then. He was born in Egypt. You ought to learn something about him while you're here. By all means. Okay, Mathieu. St. Moritz is most widely known for his martyrdom at the hands of the Romans. He protected a town of Christians from slaughter, and in turn he and his legion were decimated. But we know Latin, so... Do you mean annihilated? Because technically decimation means 1 of every 10. Mathieu, everyone loves a good... From Decimus, yeah, I mean, we're just that. We're just that Latin bookworm, right? We have to insist. Anyway, you said his legion. Wouldn't that mean he was a Roman soldier? Yes, he was a Roman citizen, and had a legion made up entirely of Christians into Bavaria. When he refused to kill the Christians, even though they were traitors to Rome, the emperor had his legion massacred. Not decimated. Most of the pilgrims who visit come knowing only this, if anything, about his life. However, Tassing venerates St. Moritz because he was one to convert the town and save it from destruction. Tassing was pagan? I had no idea the town was so old. Indeed, he and his legion were snowed into this pass, and the townsfolk refused to aid them. The daughter of the town's leader, Satya, was moved in spirit and snuck from the town to convert. She led Moritz to a spring, and as soon as she was baptized, the snow melted, revealing all manner of fruits. Moritz and his legion were saved by these miraculous gifts. The town was converted, and the rebels fled into the mountains. What a story. What happened to Satya? She too was martyred for her faith by the rebels inhabiting the town. Now her shrine protects Tassing from harm. What an astounding story. Thank you for the history lesson, Brother Mathieu. I'm not sure if you believe that, but it is really a good story as a writer. You are welcome, Master Mahler. God bless you. One more thing. I have a favor to ask you. Yes, Andreas? I was hoping you could give me my pay for the latest manuscript early. This isn't part of the agreement you made with Father Gernot. You'll be paid on the completion of each additional manuscript you illuminate, not before. Yeah... can't you make an exception? This once, only once. Not without good reason. This abbey runs through mutual agreements, not haphazard payments, Matthew says. Breaking such contracts would cause undue trouble, not only for Kearsau, but for Tassing as well. Is that why Father Abbot has increased the taxes on the Gertners? That's our hosts. What is this about, Andreas? Yeah, we'll just tell them the truth. The Gertners have asked me for their rent early so they can pay their taxes to the abbey. I see. Very well. Do not ask this of me again, Andreas Mahler. Here you are. I shall note this with Father Gernot and Prior Ferenc. Thank you, Brother Mathieu. God bless you, Andreas. I mean, he sees reason. We've convinced him. All right, now that I've got my payment, I can give Clara the rent early. I should give it to her directly to make sure she receives it. Where should we go now? To the tower? I'm not sure. Let's just walk a little bit here. Oh, hello. God bless you, Andreas. Has your voice already recovered from Easter Mass, Rüdiger? Oh, yes, Rüdiger says it was a bit of a strain, but a worthy sacrifice. Well, if the Lord could give us his all on Easter. Exactly, Rüdiger says. Have a good day in the scriptorium. Have a good day singing. Oh, what a jolly good fellow, eh? Go to the upper abbey. There was this man still here. Oh, hello, Andreas. Who are these people here? Hello, Carl. You seem busier than usual today. I'm behind in my work. I went up to the shrine of St. Moritz this morning to pray for his aid. The candle I lit had all but burned away. I was there so long. Now I need to catch up. Your dedication to St. Moritz is impressive. I mean, he's hearing us, right? So, oh well. Truth be told, I only started going to the shrine more often when Helena became pregnant. Her mother had trouble in childbirth, so I've been paying visits to Moritz's hand and Sage's shrine to pray for their aid. Let's be jolly. I hope that the saints hear your prayers. Thank you, Andreas. So do I. How about we go to the shrine now? So that's the shrine. Brother Matthew maintains this shrine along with some of the sisters who paint badges for pilgrims. And this, a reliquary containing the hand of St. Moritz, which is said to have once held the Holy Lance, also called the Spear of Destiny, or the Lance of Longinus. It's the lance that pierced Jesus' side on the cross. Many legends surround the lance. Several places claim to possess it. But of course, we have the one who bore it. It's weird. This seems to be another style than the other decorations, right? But might only be random. Death symbols. Some rose hanging down there. Some food as an offering. That's half pagan, right? To leave food as an offering. I mean, it could also be the mass wine, but I'm thinking we should still go to the scriptorium after all, maybe. Maybe it's better to work a little bit at least. So, who are you? Good day, Andreas. That's Mr. Folkbird. I suppose we know him. Oh, and what about you, Sibat? God give you health. Yeah, through the cemetery, and then we'll work a bit, see what's up there. Up to the Old Bailey, into the scriptorium, and we'll just work a bit. Then we'll go home. Could that have been there? He's just checking, eh? Brother Adok, this works, says Ferenc. I don't know where to start. Inconsistent spacing, rough strokes. You're working like you want to see this place closed. Adok, Brother Prior, I am working to the best of my abilities, and I dispute your criticism. I may not be fast, but I still have my talent. Praise be to God. He's grumpy about that. Ferenc and Brother Gooey, why are you still on this page? What's wrong with you? Normally you're so reliable. Many apologies, Brother Prior. I will work harder, says Gooey. And now... Piero, I can't believe this. Baron Rothvogel has come to check on his progress, and is this all you have? You should have finished this months ago. Is your mind so corrupted by age that you didn't notice the seasons have changed? Well, you're not the one who will have to answer it for it. So why should you care? Typical. Excuse me, Prior Ferenc, but I believe your point is made. Andreas, I will remind you that I am the master of this scriptorium, and you are a guest here, says Ferenc. I agree, Brother Prior. Brother Piero's work is unacceptably slow. Adok, you are insufferable, Brother Gooey. Oh, God. Give me the patience to endure this. Piero, please, everyone. This is my work, and I accept responsibility for it. Prior Ferenc is right. Oh. Rothvogel is coming. Ooh, with the abbot. What's happening? Prior Ferenc, is this mine? It must be, yes. It is, my lord. I can explain. No, I don't want excuses. I've come all this way, and I have to be honest. I expected more. No jolly good fellow now. It's nowhere near finished, and the style is, well, it's very old-fashioned. I thought I made my desires clear. Yeah, he's a progressive. I feel like my generosity towards Kiersau is being taken advantage of. Am I the fool in this sad story? Gernot. No, of course not, my lord, never. We can fix this, of course. We only want to accommodate you. I mean, he's giving the money, so he's the master now. Andreas, good to see you again. This man is dangerous, we know it. My lord. Father Gernot, why not have Andreas complete the rest of the illustrations? He's clearly capable. Well, my lord, why not have Brother Gooey complete it if speed is your concern? No, I'm not talking about the script, that's fine. But the art, the illustrations. I want Andreas to do the others. Gernot, of course, I mean, if Andreas is all right with it. If it takes the pressure off of Brother Piero, I'd be delighted to complete the work. Yeah, we like Piero, and Piero likes us, so we can only speak like that. We'll not say no to this man. He's way too dangerous, and we'll also not say no to the abbot. There we have it. I hope this allays your concerns, my lord. Excellent, Lawrence says. By the way, Father Abbot, am I still welcome at your table for supper? Gernot says, naturally, my lord. Wonderful. I'd like Andreas to join us. Wow. We've already made supper plans with the Drucker family. Should we say that? Oh, that would ruin us, right? I mean, we know this man is vengeful. Wow, it's so harsh. It's so harsh. But we have to stay to our word. We're not so sure about this man anymore. It's like, really, how, my lord, I've already made supper plans with the Drucker family in town. Nonsense, you can eat with them any day. I'm only here for the evening. Well, father? Well, that would be quite unusual. Unusual or not, I doubt that my good friend the Prince Bishop would deny additional guests at his table. What do you think? Gernot, I understand. Yes, you're right, of course. Andreas may join us for supper. I look forward to it. He's not taking no as an answer. A dangerous man. A dangerous man. You had this planned, says Ferenc. What? We clearly said no to him. You must have put your hook in the Baron this morning when you ambushed him in town. Oh. Why are you mad at me? I'm trying to help. Brother Prior, Andreas is not to blame for any of this. I am, says Pyrrha. What? Yes, you are, and you've embarrassed me. The abbot and the abbey. Ferenc has a bad day. Gooey, Prior Ferenc is right, of course. No wonder we don't get more commissions. Adok, Gooey, can you stop flattering the Prior for 1 minute? We'll just say nothing. There's nothing good to say. Brothers, Illuminata says. If you please, Sisters Denna and I would prefer it if you keep the noise down. It sounds like Samson slaying the Philistines in here. Of course, Ferenc says. Get back to work, everyone. Well, that was not wonderful, but there's nothing to be done about it now. I'll finish my work and wash up in the lavatorium for supper at the abbot's table. Do we really have to go there? We have to bring the money back. God. Yeah, we have to bring the money back. There's still a way to miss this, right? Go to the cemetery. Through the cloister. To the upper abbey. And hopefully we can leave here. Where do we have to go? But we're currently here? No, we're here. We have to go to town now, to the meadow. Can we leave to the meadow here? I mean, yeah, we'll see. That's the convent garden. That's the lower abbey. Have to go down there, probably. Yeah, there's Martin again. What is he doing here? We don't have time for this. Anyways, let's go back here. Through the meadow. What's going on here? Figures in this shrine to Saint Christopher are quite nice. And we've got something to pick here. The iris is beautiful. Hey there, man. We don't have time. I'm sure this is interesting, but we get to the church and to the Druckers. So let's see. We must get home. Commons. And then we need to go to... yeah, we need to go home. Johann Bauer Farm. That's where we came from, right? Okay, okay. We've been here at the Gärtner Farm. That's where we are located. We should have the money into the house. Let's get to Clara with the money. Hello, Andreas. Hello, Clara. I have something for you. Oh? This should be enough to pay my rent and the tax you owe the Abbey. Andreas, this is far more than your rent payment. We can't accept this. Yeah, that's maybe our theologian side. He who sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and he who sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. Oh, Andreas, thank you. But how did you even get so much coin? Are you sure you'll have enough to spare? I convinced Brother Matthew to pay me a bit earlier. I wanted to be sure you could pay your taxes in time. Bless you 1,000 times, Andreas. You don't know what this means to us. It's probably best not to mention it. Of course, I won't mention it to anyone. Still, thank you. I'll let you move on with your day. God bless you. Until later. Yeah, now we have to leave. We have to excuse ourselves from the Druckers or go to the Druckers. I feel this is really something we have to do. Even though I would like to talk to more people, it's not something we can currently do. The Zimmerman house, the church and the Druckers, that's around here. We have to go to... Oh, the Drucker house is closed now? Darn it. And we have to go up to the middle, I guess. Glass windows, probably made in the Low Countries. Ah, in Flanders, where we were visiting. This looks like a Dutch wine mill. What's it doing in Bavaria? And where are we going? We're not going to the ruins. Oh, no, we had to cross the ruins, right, to get to the Abbey. Okay, get to the meadow. Yeah, we want to go to the meadow, not to the ruins. Hey there, man. Hello there, Master Mario. We need some time to breathe. Hello, Till. Have you ever seen a nicer view? Don't get sights like this in the cities, I expect. It's hard to believe the Romans built a town all the way out there, and we just let these structures fall apart. Till. Oh, yes, the old Roman ruins. Tussing is full of them. Quite the marvels they are. I don't pay much mind to the writing on them, as I can't read Latin myself, but you might enjoy giving them a look. Oh, yeah. If you do, you'll have to tell me if they match the old legends I read about. Oh, what sort of old legends? Well, when Father Matthias was abbot, he would let me borrow books from the abbey's library, so he can read. Wow. I think I read through half of that library before Father Gernot became abbot. Oh, look at that. Now that we know that he reads, the writing becomes clearer. He and Father Thomas are strict about which books should be read now. Books should glorify God, they say, not discuss the old pagan ways. Still, the accounts of the Romans in Tassing are my favorite. That old book talked about how the Roman knight Gaius Metellus defeated the Ratu, I think it was. Heavy snowfall had him caught in this very valley, barbarians on all sides. When Mars, the Roman god of war and agriculture, sent a wolf to the knight. Instead of killing the beast, Gaius followed it into a magical spring, with trees covered in all sorts of fruit. Mars provided the wolf and the spring, and Gaius Metellus found Tassing after defeating the barbarians to honor Mars. That's where all this came from. Wow, that sounds a lot like the story Brother Mathieu told me about St. Moritz. Without the Roman gods, of course. Till says, I hadn't thought of that. Both were snowed into this valley, weren't they? And saved near a spring. I wonder if it's the same story, Andreas says. Oh, I don't know about all of that, Master Mahler. Says Till, a lot of stories get mixed up over the years. Yeah, he doesn't want to stretch himself out. He's not a scholar. It might be old fable, but I enjoy the story all the same. It's nice to feel you're connected to those who came before you, even if it's only by the land you live on. Yeah, books connect us to the pasts we would hardly imagine existed. Till, well said. It's been good chatting with you, Master Mahler, but I better get back to work. You let me know if you find any particularly good books in that library, all right? I will. Until later, Till. Nice. Speaking to another bookworm. And now, we're probably coming late, but we had to give this money back. Yeah, let's avoid the church. Let's go directly into the cloister. I mean, the church is open, but where do we exactly have to go? The courtyard and lavatorium. It's right here. It's here. No, that's the loquarium. Okay. Large garden, courtyard, and lavatorium. That's where we had something to do. Are you for real? We probably have to go to the refectory. No. We have something to do here. And Yeah. So Klaus is going to be annoyed that I'm missing, with the Drukus again. That's why he looks that way, eh? Ex Libris. The maps. Yeah. Okay, what's in here? Andreas Pure says, I'm so glad you'll be joining us for supper, though the circumstances are unusual, to be sure. I won't be able to speak with you. None of the brothers will, but it will be good to have you with us. Andreas, that's a shame. I always enjoy our talks. Pure, now the same doesn't apply to you at the abbot's table. You can talk all you like, though I wouldn't recommend it. Father Abbot doesn't look kindly on idle chatter. I wish you could take my place, Brother Piero. You deserve the honor. We really like him, also because he's someone we could be when we're old, right? Anyway, I'm sorry for how the prior treated you. It's not fair. It's humiliating. Piero, oh, no, my son. There's no need to worry about me or my pride. And we all need a taste of humility from time to time to keep our feet on this earth. No, Andreas, you are my pride. I cannot claim to have taught you much, but I'm proud to have known you and your work. Wow, he's like fatherly, right? And when you leave all of us at Kiersau Abbey behind, you can call upon your friend Lawrence, the Baron Rothvogel, to help you in your career. Wow, he's thinking along, man. He's wrong, Ferenc is wrong about you being slow. Don't trouble yourself over it. Time passes for us all. Things change. The future will ride over the present. You need not fear it, any of it, so long as you remain true to yourself and God. Now I must hurry to the refectory to join my brothers. I will see you inside. Yeah, we're washing our hands. Lavatory is from lavare. Wash. It's all in Latin. So the refectory is right over there. So we'll go back into the cloister and then I suppose we'll have to go. Wow, we're totally late. We're the last one arriving. Andreas, Lawrence says. Glad you could join us. He's smiling. But that man is a danger. Thank you, my lord. Father Gernot, Father Thomas, Preferent. Coming late. Is that Simon Peter answered? You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God, says Matthew. Oh, the Gospel of Matthew. Wonderful. That's a relatively progressive gospel. Jesus replied, Blessed are you, Simeon, son of Jonah, for this was Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven. And I'll tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not overcome it. Have you read Matthew much, Andreas? Yeah, we are theologian. Yes, I studied it extensively while I was in university, while I was pursuing my theology doctorate. Gernot says. I doesn't like that we talk. I was so theologian. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you lose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Yeah, we should listen to him, really. Not talk over this as like it is background. Then he ordered his disciples not to tell anyone that he was the Messiah. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. That reminds me, Father Gernot, have you read anything by Martin Luther? I can't say that Martin Luther, that was the enemy of the church back then, somehow, even though a brilliant theologian. The standard church, partly despised him. He has some incredible ideas about the church. Brilliant, I think. So it's rather evil to talk about him at the Benedictines. So look at the faces. Everyone is glaring at him. I mean, not so much Piero. He's fine with everything, and these guys probably don't know what he's talking about, like him too, but the others are really, really grumpy now. My lord, is the meal to your liking? He's trying to change the topic. I believe I remember you enjoying our quail on your last visit. Lawrence, the quail, my god, Father Abbot, the quail's fine. But don't you think Luther's ideas are worth discussing? He's talking about the future of the church, shaking things up in a way I don't think we've seen before. Father Thomas, you see value in his ideas, do you not? My lord, I mean no offense. That's the one from the village, right? So he cannot really say much because they are clearly above in the hierarchy. So he's using the people below in the hierarchy to speak to the one most up in the hierarchy, and is probably trying to humiliate him. My lord, I mean no offense, but I do not. Now the lower ones have to talk very carefully because the abbot will take it out on us if we speak something else. Brother Mathieu, yes, how appropriate. What are your thoughts on Luther's attacks on the church's sale of indulgences? Baron, please do not involve the other brothers in this conversation. Fine, fine. What about Andreas? Certainly a man who attended the same university as Martin Luther can spare some thoughts on his work. He's really put me in a difficult position. There's a lot of theology to talk about. Maybe Father Gernot would appreciate that. I don't think. Why not join in a debate? It might bring everyone closer to understanding truth. I need to be quiet. I don't know what else to do. To hell with the abbot if he can't handle a little criticism. He isn't fit to sit at the fancy table. Yeah, maybe we're getting... But given his responses so far, it doesn't seem likely. Yeah, I mean, we can try. Yes, I have some thoughts. There's a great deal of theological merit to Luther's work. Let's jump into that. I mean, it's... That's highly risky. We might die from this. Debate, excellent. Why not start with the 95 Theses? Enough! Andreas, you should know better. Lord Rothvogel, you are our guest and held in high esteem, but you have worn out my patience. You will not be discussing Luther's work with Andreas, Thomas, Mathieu, or with any other brother. Is that clear? Lawrence, I suppose, Father, it is your abbé, but you're taking too much offense at this, and you're far too afraid of change. Serving this cold. Whether it's from Luther or someone else, reform is coming to the church. You had better accept it. What? Neither you nor Martin Luther dictate change to the Holy Church on their whim. This talk is beyond insulting. It's blasphemous, outrageous. How dare you? I see. I've overstepped my bounds, and I suppose I have ruined everyone's supper. My apologies. In spite of this unpleasantness, I will make good on my manuscript payment and the donation of my copy of Historia Tassiae. If you cannot accept what the future will bring, perhaps it's time for you to come to terms with your past. Well, no need to overstay my welcome, fathers, brothers. Andreas, good night. Leaving us behind in shambles. Why, Andreas, why did you engage him? I expect better of you. Now then, I must ask you to leave so I can speak to the brothers in chapter privately. Brother Piero, please accompany Andreas out. I will take my leave as well. He's getting cold feet. Good night. Let's get away. Let's get away from this place. Don't worry about Father Gernot, says Piero, and the Baron. I'm sure it will all be fine by morning. I hope Father Abbot can see that the Baron's heart is in the right place, even if he picked the wrong time to express himself. It seems unlikely, we say. It may be so, but we must never lose hope, Piero says. In any case, I do hope the Baron respects the Abbot's wishes for the rest of his stay, for everyone's sake. But Brother Piero, what do you think of Martin Luther's ideas? Ha! That is for younger and wiser men than me to decide. I'm just a monk, thank God. Good night, my son. Yeah, I mean, he's living that, right? First have the professional knowledge and then only have an opinion. Should go to sleep. Let's see about the shrine though. Oh, it's so nice, illuminated. A reliquary containing the hand of Saint Moritz. Yeah, it's still the same. Is there anything changed at night here? We should better go. I mean, I think we're able to die here. Oh, what's going on here? There's a lamp still burning in the guest house. Lawrence must be awake. I wonder how he's doing. And what was he thinking? He's barren, but he couldn't have expected that to go well. The storm doesn't seem to be letting up any time soon. I should get back to the gardeners. But let's still see. Oh, we cannot go to the guest house anyway. Oh, that's the other way round to the abbot's house. That's probably not where we are welcome. Go to the meadow. What is that? Huh? Gah! Are you all right, Master Marler? I believe that I may have just seen the physical manifestation of a spirit. The ghost. Yes? It could be a Roman, maybe even an old pagan. It wouldn't be the first time people have seen ghosts around these parts. Have you ever seen one? Usually around the ruins. Who knows how many zestless Romans lie beneath these stones. Well, I think I found Johan's last lost sheep. I'm going to head home. Take care, Master Marler. He's such a wholesome man. And yeah, I mean, he was catching the sheep. I will, thank you, Till. Oh, good night, Till. Let's just also wish him good night. That's only polite, right? What's going on here? We could go through the forest. What's in the forest? Can we get from the forest to the city, to the town? Where are we now? Oh, we're here. We could go over there, maybe? Maybe it's a little bit risky. Hello there. Most of this felling is for the abbey's renovations and firewood. The town can only gather sticks. Ah, no! Amalie? Pale horse, still on the floor. Hello, are you all right in there? Martins, the pale horse, death. What? Monastic hour corresponding to 2 a.m. used for the night prayer. Death? What's happening? Sister, listen to my voice. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Yes, Amalia says. Yes, Father, I hear you. Am I here? Is this now? Yes, you are with us, and this is now. I apologize, Andreas. I imagine that must have been quite alarming. It sounded like she was having an ecstatic vision. Your knowledge surprises me, Andreas, though the Baron did say that you were an educated man. But your sister Amalia is a mystic, gifted with visions, when God sees fit to give her one. And she just saw the pale horse. Some are more frightening than others. Let's ask about her. What is she doing in there? Does she live in the church? Thomas, she lives there, yes. I'm a little surprised you haven't noticed her before. If you came to Mass more often, you would see that I give her communion through a window to her cell. So she's in a kind of a prison here. Oh, is she an anchoress? She's, yes, devoted to God, enclosed in the cells next to the church. She's dead to the world, but continues a life of prayer and religious contemplation. And sometimes, ever so rarely, she receives great and terrible visions. What, an anchor? What is that? Is she local to Tassing, or was she a nun at Kiersau? Neither. She came here from a Benedictine abbey in Lower Bavaria after it burned down. I am her confessor and caretaker. Many anchoresses are not literate. I write down her visions to help interpret them. I thought all of the monks and nuns in Kiersau could read, even poor brother Volkbert. Why is he poor? Oh, we don't learn. Thank you, Father Thomas. I must rest now. So she's not in the writing, so she gets the other script. Of course, sister. And he can probably also not read them, or maybe a little bit. She seems unhappy. She's not unhappy, Thomas says, but she's in pain, both physical and spiritual. Her spiritual pain comes from her revelations. They come and go. I try to address them as best as I can. The physical pain comes from a deformity in her spine and aching in her joints. I know of no cure for that save prayer for the Almighty. Andreas, Sister Amalia was saying she had a vision of death. Could someone be in danger? Thomas, oh no, don't rush to judgment. Her visions are divine and powerful, but they could have many meanings. Some of her revelations take years to comprehend. Some may never be understood at all, as God wills it. Still, the argument of dinner was quite troubling. Perhaps it has cast a shadow over our thoughts. Now then, the good sister appears to have fallen back to sleep. I must prepare for bed myself. Good night, Andreas. Good night, Father. That was truly disturbing. Amalia, are you there? She's not responding. Let's get down here. Let's get down to the commons. The Zimmermann house. Johann Bauer farm. Get back there and to the Gärtner farm. Oh, what a terrible night that was. Is anyone out here? Oh, no, not to the other. Let's get back. Oh, it's asleep. Everyone's asleep. Wow, we're living like a king in the guest room. We still have the Picatrix and... yeah. Still have to clean this up, but look. They at least have it dry. But hey, we cannot fix this tonight. So let's go to bed. It's getting late. I should get some rest. We'll go to sleep. And in a long, dreamless night, time to get back to work. So, and we'll do that in the next episode. Let's see if the game is saved now. So we can... oh, it's all right, Ursula. Good morning. Do you need any help with Ursula? No, a little crying won't hurt her. Besides, I think we've gotten almost all the leaks now. Ursula is my first child, and she's been a handful, but I think I have the hang of it now. Big Jorg has been a godsend. He helped Christine with Eva when she was a baby. I never took you for a family man, Andreas. I'm not yet. I just wanted to be helpful. I appreciate the offer. You'll make a fine husband someday, Andreas. When will this storm let up? It's been going all morning. Peter and Jorg are outside trying to deal with the flooding as best as they can. I hope everything... Is the farm in danger? There's always a danger with this much rain, but we've lived through worse. Whatever happens, it will be as God wills it. We must have faith in Providence and endure what is to come. Oh, I have some food for you. Nice. Here, sorry I couldn't prepare anything more. Thank you. Otto wanted me to say hello, by the way. Oh, he did. Good, thank you. Have a good day at the Abbey, Andreas. Try to stay dry. Thanks, you too. Good luck. Be good, Ursula. And we're leaving. Andreas, says Peter. Oh, I didn't see the wall was broken. Is that from the flood? It is. It must have been broken in the night. Some of our sheep escaped. We'll have to track them down later. And the pigs stayed here? This is the way it always is. Rain falls on the Abbey and rolls downhill to us little people. It's hard to blame the Abbey for that. That's just how rain works, we say. Peter, there's a reason we're down here and they're up there, Andreas. Anyway, I have to get back to this. See you later. The flood. Stormy morning. That's where we'll start in the next episode next time. What a dramatic setting. Visions of death and now a storm. Who knows what this day will bring. Have a great time until next time and happy gaming. This is Wonder Khan signing out. See you soon and happy gaming.